Hi, my name is Juanita Roa. I'm a junior. I'm majoring in psychology. For today's presentation, I'm going to be talking about a business or company that I want to create, about something that I'm passionate about. The name of my company, it's going to be called Food Rehab. Before starting to something else, I want to explain the passions that I have is helping people reach their full potential, helping them understand their behavior and importance of mental health, and help people to improve their recovery time and efficacy. The meaning of the name of the company is to have athletes to get to the best potential, not only physically but also mentally. The main idea of it is help them recover overall. So the mission of my company is going to be to help athletes understand the value and importance that mental health has in the recovery process. It's mostly gonna attack the stigma that we have from athletes about their mental health and not being that exposed as we should be presenting the mental health in the sports field. We already know that mental health is something that is kind of a taboo, especially in Hispanic communities or Black people, or Black community. So raising the awareness of mental health, especially in student athletes or athletes, it's one of the main missions of this company. The vision of the company is to start by implementing this mentality about the importance that mental health has in athletes and their performance and recovery efficacy in high schools. After that, we would like to expand little by little into college and professional teams. So once again, we want to start putting these mentalities, this mindset into young kids and help them understand that it's okay to not feel okay, it's okay to feel different emotions, and it's okay to ask for help, that their mental health sometimes is gonna deteriorate and you're gonna have to understand the difference and the problematics that you're gonna be suffering from it. So like I was telling on my mission, we want to break the stigma in athletes. So mental health in athletes is something that we somehow see as taboo or not talk about enough. We tend to see athletes as this perfect image that we are presenting for social media, but is that the truth behind them? We often see that we have to see athletes as these celebrities, as these famous people living their best life, always happy, and always having to perform as at their best potential. That's why most of the time for big clubs or even big college, D1's college, their star players or the top people, whenever they get injured, their coaches, they get into the rush for their recovery to get them back on the field. Affecting their recovery, affecting the whole process of them getting back to the field. If you rush something, it's gonna get affected. So we see the stigma that you want to get better quick, or you can't say anything, you have to toughen it up. So we're trying to break that. We're trying to let people know that it's okay to feel whatever they're feeling. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay that it's gonna take some time, that it's gonna be a long process, or sometimes it's gonna be a short process, but in both cases it has to get to the process. You can get shortcuts, because if not, it's gonna get affected to the whole result and overcome at the end of the day. So mental health in athletes. Mental health in athletes. I had trained myself to show no weakness. Telling other people about it was showing weakness. and I didn't know how to handle that, so I just kept it in. That was a quote from Marty Fitch. Is a pro tennis player that was suffering from anxiety, was suffering from different mental disorders after he went through a trauma. So he's telling us his own experience about how mental health is seen in the athlete, in the sports field. Now I'm gonna show some data, or I'm gonna say some data that we have seen from the student athlete. 35% of elite athletes suffer from mental health crisis. 25% of college athletes struggle with mental illness, and 10 to 15% of all athletes experience psychological issues severe enough to warrant counseling. Studies show that about 6.3% of all student athletes show signs and symptoms of depression. And 2016, a study conducted by researchers at Drexel University and Kean University found that nearly 1 out of every 4 Division I student athletes show clinically relevant symptoms of depression. So once again, we're seeing how mostly in student athletes we tend to say, oh, we need to toughen, or we need to, because of the lack of information, lack of awareness of mental health, and overall, we think that it's not that important. But as a student athlete, you're not only dealing with sports, you're not only dealing with your academics, you're dealing with a whole bunch of extracurriculars, you're dealing with your life outside of college, living with work, living with a whole bunch of things that you have to know and how to deal and how to manage. So everything is gonna take a little toll out of yourself into mental health. If you're not mentally stable, if you're mentally well, you're gonna have an impact on how you physically are. So once again, the vision of this company is take your mental health, your mentally, your mind, and everything that you have to do with how your well-being is, and take into your physical performance, your physical health, your physical performance. So we're trying to take that part and combine both parts and create a perfect or close to a perfect performance and recovery. We're trying to show that both things are as the same or equally important, and it's not a balance that has to be one more important than the other. They have to both be in the same line. We have some quotes that Olympic medalist Simone Biles said about mental health. She said, put mental health first, because if you don't, then you're not going to enjoy your sport and you're not going to succeed as much as you want to. We are not just athletes, we are people at the end of the day, and sometimes you just have to take a step back. We also have more examples. One of the famous swimmers from the USA is Michael Phelps, saying for the longest time, though asking for help was a sign of weakness, because that's kind of what society teaches. That's especially true from an athlete's perspective. So once again, we're seeing how athletes seen as taboo asking for help during the mental health. So with this, I'm trying to help them understand that it's okay to ask for help, and to realize that their mental health, it plays a big part on their physical health and how well they're gonna perform. So in conclusion, the passion that I have for sports psychology, mental health, and physical therapy have helped me shape this idea of business that I would love to create one day. Using this passion is going to help multiple people, because we already have seeing the impact of mental health around us, we are starting to talk more about it. And living in the past, the idea of this being a kind of taboo. Thank you.